Alright everybody, here we go again and let's talk trends in major markets. We are looking at one right here. British pound Australian is still running. We are expecting lows somewhere in the 140-45 area still. We have this thing moving down here. The first breakout was hit at that level. We have more breakouts being hit along the way, and twice here as well as here price decided to breathe a little bit, go into the balance zone, and what it did is it bounced off of it and the trend continues. We have the last week also being a little bit more negative, even though we don't really care anymore in this market about how the candles really perform or what they look like at the end of the week, since here we are just waiting for our fractal inside the balance zone to stop us out. We are still waiting for these lows that I just mentioned, and I'm thinking that after they have been hit, there will be this fractal we are waiting for, and therefore this is just a trend that is running. It has been running since June last year, and it is just my guess it will keep on running, and we'll see this until the middle of this year, after it had run maybe a year, maybe a little bit longer, and then we'll take our profits on this, and that will be a great time. Now, the same kind of scenario is coming up in the stock indices. If you take a look at the S&P, there's not a whole lot to say. This thing is moving to the upside. We have momentum gaining speed. We're waiting for this momentum high here to come higher than the previous one, which would tell us that this really is an uptrend. This really needs some divergences before it can bend again, before it can really go into a kind of a bigger correction, and we are far from that. We're just building this momentum to the upside at this point. Very strong weekly close as well. We already have two entries for our trading system. The first one right down here at the breakout, and the first add-on in this area here where you have your two fractals. That's the S&P. If you take a look at the German DAX performance index, you have the same picture. You get your breakouts down below here. You're just long, you're holding. Your next breakout is right there. It has been formed, not yet hit. And let's just wait for this to continue to the upside, because this will most likely see new all-time highs at around 12,400 points. Trend trading is really boring, and you can see this just at this point at the weekly recap here. Not even 3 minutes have passed and you're bored already, since you're just holding these positions. You're not doing anything. You're just watching it, you're holding it, and all is good. The same is true in the FTSE. We have these all-time highs being penetrated. Price is very strong here too. I am expecting new highs. So if you're long from here, you have a first add-on opportunity right here at this fractal, and then let's just wait to see where these indices are going to continue to go. Japan Nikkei index hasn't been that strong the last week. We have a weekly close like this, even though I am a little bit surprised here. It did look a little different on Friday night. I'm not sure what's going on. Anyhow, we are still caught up in this sideways market, and we'll see when this breakout to 21,000 is going to occur. Still pretty sure it will occur, as we are still trading above the balance zone. Long breakouts, next breakout here, and this is just again position that you want to hold. Euros, not that great. We are short from a breakout down here. We have a penetration of the balance zone. We are also seeing this divergence coming up in the momentum oscillator, which means slower movements. We would really have to see prices moving down now quite a bit to get some speed into this, and to make a new move to the downside really happen. If you zoom in, or zoom out, actually, if you zoom out here, you do have these lows down here that if this breakout, which we already took here right there, would be successful, we really need this to come down now. Otherwise our stop is above this candle, which is the fractal inside the balance zone, the new one that got ready on Friday's close, and that's our stop out. We are stopping out in profit, as you can see. Now we're just waiting if that will be hit, or if we're gonna go lower. Euro Australian. did see a fresh breakout just 3-4 weeks ago. Um, as you can see though, we are coming close to the next monthly support. In my other trading platform, this price closed much higher. I'm not sure what's going on, if these trading view prices here are not the current ones from the Friday's close. I'm not sure right now. Anyhow, we are coming down quite a bit. The trend could be unfolding, however, we need to see what we are behaving like at this monthly support. We could definitely come up into the balance zone again before we break lower. If you take a look at the monthly chart, you do have all of this space left to come to these long-term price targets down here in the 115 area. Now we're trading at 137. Same is true for trading in the Euro-Canadian monthly chart. Suggests these breakouts here have occurred. This month may actually be the first one to close below it. We'll still have to see, a week and a half left to trade here. And then we could see these levels down here at 120, 125. Over the long term, of course, 1 year would be our trading horizon. And on the weekly, we can actually see that the breakout has occurred as well, the monthly one. And here you have a weekly fractal to the downside being hit, which is your entry level. Now you would only take one of those. You really want to wait with your add-ons to see price actually going. So euros are on the verge here quite a bit. We also have, we looked at euro dollar, we looked at euro CAD. Let's take a look at euro Australian. There we already took a look at. I'm really sorry about this here right now, getting a little bit confused. As you can see, euro pairs are on the verge. Will we break down lower, or is there a possibility for a turnaround in these markets at current levels? Now, we have some yen pairs that were interesting here last week. We have a breakout being hit, and we'll really have to wait and see for this to go higher. In my chart, in my trading platform, we have a price closing down here, which would be a divergent bar on that level. Let's wait and see if that will play out and take the price down, not ending into an uptrend. We'll really have to wait and see for this. Right now you are long from a valid buy point, and the same kind of scenario is true for the Canadian yen. We have the kind of bounce of the balance zone at this level as well as this level. You get your fractal breakout right there. This might be a good idea to buy after you had your strong initial move to the upside. We'll have to wait and see if that is a scenario. For the last market today, we have gold. Gold just not stopping moving higher. It really wants to trade to the upside. It really wants to go and touch this blue line here, really strong from the bottom at 11:30, now coming up to 12:30, 12:40, and we'll have our fractal hopefully soon, which would mean retracement of price and then hitting the market in the overall trend direction, which could be upwards. Again, you have your uptrend, you have your correction. This is the initial move for the continuation of the previous uptrend. This would be the initial move. Correction, you have a fractal breakout there already. If that should ever be hit this year, we'll have a price coming to new highs in gold. Let's see if that happens, or if we get a breakdown lower, which I really doubt, as this is playing out just too well over the last year. Let's see if we remain true in our market structure analysis here. Thank you again for watching. Really sorry that prices don't seem to match the Friday's close to what my charts had been indicating. Let's see how it plays out over the next week, and we'll hopefully have better prices, current prices, at the end of next week at the weekly recap that you'll get from me. Thank you very much. Like the video, and I see you soon.